Territorial row eases between the Philippines and China. Interior and Local Government Secretary Mar Rojas met with China's leader-in-waiting Xi Jinping over the weekend and expressed his hope to have a friendly relations with Beijing and recover ties hurt caused by a territorial row at the West Philippine Sea. Vice President Xi told Rojas that tensions between the Philippines and China had eased after a standoff in the disputed islands in South China Sea. Rojas reported that he and the Chinese Vice President had a frank and candid exchange of views, and that Rojas was satisfied that he was able to faithfully convey President Aquino's message. Rojas was the special envoy of President Aquino at the 9th China-ASEAN Expo held in Nanning, China. Talks in Nanning were pursued after Aquino failed to meet with Chinese President Hu Jintao at the Asian-Pacific Economic Cooperation meeting in Russia earlier this month due to tight schedules of both leaders. China claims over nearly all of the South China Sea. The area in dispute is believed to have a huge amount of oil and gas, rich fishing ground, and is a strategic location for shipping lanes vital to global trade. The Philippines, Brunei, Malaysia, Taiwan, and Vietnam also have claim in areas, some of them even overlapping. In fighting Manila's crime wave, secret marshals are now deployed by new police chief. Plainclothes secret marshals have been deployed on public transportation in Manila with orders to shoot down armed robbers in a crackdown against violent crime. The city's newly appointed police chief said September 21 in a message to armed criminals who victimize bus and public transport users. Chief Superintendent Leonardo Espina told the hoodlums that if they wanted to live longer, then they had to stop their criminality, because if given the opportunity, they will battle the criminal elements and even in a gunfight, and they will be caught. The police chief, who assumed his post 2 weeks ago, was speaking on a tour of police station in the capital of 15 million people, and he even warned hold-up men that numerous secret marshals have been deployed. Espina says that peace was important to him because it is the mandate. According to Espina, the number one consideration is peace. Espina did not disclose how many marshals were being deployed or what the rules of armed engagement would be. This was because Manila has been hit in recent months by a wave of deadly armed robberies at some of the capital's most upscale shopping malls, with a car theft, motorcycle, and purse snatchers on the rise. Rob Bonta will prioritize jobs, education, and public safety. The year is almost at its end, and yet it feels like it was just yesterday when President Barack Obama was elected president of our great nation. However, the sad truth is that it was nearly 4 years ago, and with it being 2012, we are in the midst of another election. With November 6 rolling out, we are at that important time in which we once again elect the leader of the free world. But we tend to focus all of our attention towards the national level, and yet we tend to forget the battleground going on closer to home. The election of our state assembly members. Rob Bonta, the vice mayor of the city of Alameda and a deputy city attorney for San Francisco, came out first place in the June primaries. If elected in November, Bonta has 4 key issues that he will be placing as top priorities in order to put California on the road to recovery. First, key issue is fully funding schools and improving public education system. Second is the creation of jobs in today's tough economy. Third, he also plans to address the issues of public safety. And lastly, he also wanted to have a social service safety net. Filipino-American biotech firm develops treatment for HIV, dengue, and flu. A Filipino-American company presented new U.S. patent medicine for HIV/AIDS last July at the 19th International AIDS Conference in Washington, D.C. The FilAm Biotech Incorporated, a private biotech company based in Los Angeles, was founded in 2001 by Dr. Ruben Garcia Fabunan. According to Farah Holmes, NPH spokesperson for the firm, they are now treating HIV and AIDS patients. The clinic was founded in 1975 with 8 physicians, 4 of whom are brothers. They also have treated and cured over 250 dengue fever patients with about 90% cure rate without blood transfusion and at the short treatment plan. The Los Angeles company is part of a group that includes Fabunan Medical Clinic in San Marcelino, Zambales, in the northwestern part of the Philippines, where the medicine is being used. Heroism of the first Filipino saint. Who was Lorenzo Ruiz? In his book, Lorenzo de Manila, the proto-martyr of the Philippines and his companions, Father Fidel Villaruel described him as a simple, ordinary Chinese mestizo, born between the ages of 1600 and 1610. He married a Tagala and had 2 sons and a daughter. As a boy, Lorenzo served in the convent of the Dominican friars as a houseboy and a sacristan. On the side, he became an escribano, one skilled in beautiful penmanship for official and church documents. He was a devotee to the Blessed Virgin, and at one unexpected moment, something happened that made him a fugitive from the law. He had a quarrel with the Spaniards, says Father Villaruel, who documented Lorenzo's canonization process. Fearing the consequences, whether guilty or not, he fled for his life, joining a group of Spanish missionaries going to Japan. There are events and situations we are not aware of, but arranged by the inscrutable plan of God. For Lorenzo, his fleeing to Japan became the circumstance which led to his martyrdom. He encountered his death under the hands of the harsh Japanese military shotguns who usurped the power of the emperor from the 12th to the 18th century. On September 28, 1637, Lorenzo Ruiz was executed by means of a horrible torture where he was hanged upside down. He was beatified on February 18, 1981 at the Luneta Park and canonized in Rome on October 18, 1987. His feast falls on the day of his death, which is September 28. And this has been your weekly news in review. This news has been brought to you by the premier Filipino-American newspaper here in the United States, the Philippine News. On behalf of the management and staff of the Philippine News, this is David Rodriguez signing off and thanking everyone for listening. Maraming salamat po. Have a wonderful week and mabuhay po sa inyong lahat.
Thank you.